unbuckle your seatbelt, and set out on a foot. Set out on a foot! Hey guys, it's Gamer Ahmer here. So today I have a jam-packed video full of video game pickups. The majority of these were scored at a local thrift store, and this stack over here was actually scored on Facebook Marketplace. So all of these games, I am just so excited to add to the collection. I usually never find anything at this thrift store, but today I decided to switch it up. So let's go ahead and see what I got. So this thrift store is always busy. There's constantly so many people going through this thrift store. They have such a huge stock of items in there, ranging from clothing and electronics and just miscellaneous household items, toys, and video games. Now, last time I went in there, I actually found that really cool 80s robot toy, that Armatron. So that was a really cool find for me, as I found it in the toy section at the bottom, and it was just a few dollars. I was able to get it up, fully running and working, and I was just shocked. But usually when I go in there, all of their video games are mostly those sports titles. There's usually just a little section of them, and it looks like they redid their store and they kind of changed some things around. So I found out where all of these video games are, and I decided to hit this place twice. Once during the middle of the week when it was a little bit less busy, and once on the weekend right at the beginning of the day when they opened up the store. And I couldn't be any happier, because we'll just go through some of these items here that they had. So first of all, I saw this bag, and what they do is they have it behind the counter. Different stickers indicate different colors, and they have different sales on those different color stickers each day. So right away they had this bag. Of course I recognized this logo. I asked the lady what was inside of it. She said a camera. So I just asked to see it because I didn't think there would be a camera in here. So of course when I opened this up, we had this Nintendo DS. And this has a really cool case on it. It actually has this tile kind of mosaic style. And it has this Lego game on here, the Pirates of the Caribbean. And this is actually in very good shape. I actually got it charged up, and both of the screens fully function, this Nintendo DSi, and it plays great. I tested it out, and I think they had this marked for around $20 or so. And then it came with this bag, the charging cord, and everything in here. It also came with this little stylus. Of course, it's all Lego themed, and then some little holders right here, I assume for some games. It just came with all of this inside of this bag, and it was on a day where it was half off, so I got this for around $10 or so. So you definitely can't beat that, as this is a nice little bag. It has a little slot on the back side of it where you can put all of these games, all of the cords, the accessories, and everything else that you might have. So I am just beyond excited to add this to the collection, as I did not have one of these in this particular style and color in the collection just yet. And then I saw right here they actually had this Nintendo Wii, and this was bundled up, of course, with all of the cords and everything that you'll need. The sensor bar, it came with one controller and then this little nunchuck. Everything is in very good shape as well, and it was actually bundled with this set of cables. So I believe this over here is actually a PlayStation 4 plug, and then it came with this little charger for the PlayStation 4 controllers. So you just sit it right in there, and then they hook right into the controller. Came with the power cord and everything else. So I thought that was neat. It looks like they probably didn't know what went with it. So I got a few bonus items. And then I scored this very great shape black Nintendo Wii. So I was just really excited. Of course, once again, when I asked for this Nintendo Wii from back behind the counter, she kept pointing to all of these different camera bags. So I don't really think she knew about the electronics in that section. And this was also on sale as well. So I think they had it marked for around $30. So I think I got this for around $15. And of course it came with this bundle right here, all of the cables and wires and cords and everything else that need to hook up to it. It came with both doors on here, came with this controller and this nunchuck, and then all of these charging cables for the PlayStation 4. So I figured that was a neat little bonus, and this actually worked, and I found a copy of Just Dance 3 inside of it. So that was pretty cool, a little bonus item, little bonus game. And I was fairly pleased with this little section. So then I also saw this over in that section behind the counter. This right here is in this little blister pack. This is a sealed copy of Jeopardy, and this is the second edition. So this is actually really cool. And this definitely took me back to the days when they used to have some of these in their little sale bins at like Costco and Sam's Club and other places. They would have these in little bins with these blister packs. They would put some of their little choice games in there. So this definitely I bought for the pure nostalgia. This one was also on sale, so I think I only paid $1 or $2 for it. So it was definitely pretty cool, as I do have some other PlayStation 1 games in these little blister packs. Figured it was in fairly good shape, and at least if I ever decide to open this up, I know that the game is going to work pretty well because it's brand new and sealed. And then on to some of these games here. So of course, in the Wii area, I found both of these games with it. So this is the Star Wars The Force Unleashed, and this is for the Nintendo Wii. Everything is fully complete in here with the manual and the game disc. Most of their video games are only marked $1.99, so I figured a lot of these items I will just quickly grab up as fast as I can because there are constantly people looking in that section. And then I found Wii Sports. So if you guys know anything about this game, this is a classic. Everyone knows and loves the game, and this title is actually selling pretty well still. So of course, when COVID and everything else hit, a lot of games skyrocketed in price, and Wii Sports, along with Nintendo Wii's, and of course GameCube games, kind of jumped up in value. Even some PlayStation 2 games and Xbox games in my collection, I just noticed that a lot of them had a huge climb in their sales and in their prices. So anytime I can find a cheap game and potentially trade it for something else that I want, either at one of my local video game stores or just to a buddy of mine, it definitely helps in this hobby, as it can get very pricey and very expensive pretty quick. So I was pretty excited to add both of these games, this one to kind of have in my little trade bait pile, and this one for the collection. And then on to some of these PlayStation 2 games. So of course, this pile was actually just put out right at the beginning of the day, and I quickly ran over to the video game area and I found this Atari Anthology disc. It was one I did not have in the collection. It says 85 games that started a revolution. So you step back into time to the days of video arcades and original in-home entertainment with this all-time greatest collection of authentic Atari titles. Each game is totally addictive, with all the same fast action, sights, and sounds you remember. So it kind of looks like they have these little graphics kind of emulating those old-style arcade machines. Looks like it has some pretty cool games in here. There's 67 Atari 2600 games and 18 classic arcade games. So Asteroids, Battlezone, Centipede, Missile Command, Tempest, Gravitar, Millipede, Super Breakout, Video Pinball, Yar's Revenge, and Warlords. Just tons of other games. So this is one that I'm actually excited to try out and play. And it has this cool little holographic style cover. And then they had a copy of Shrek 2. I knew I didn't have it for the collection. I actually really enjoyed these movies, and I'm not sure how the game's going to play, but I figured a complete game for $2, I might as well add it to the collection. And then I saw this game. So I loved Crazy Taxi. I loved playing it back in the day in the arcades. I loved sitting down, just racing, having a blast, picking up these people, and the music in here is just so great. I loved playing this on the Dreamcast. I still often play this game on my Sega Dreamcast. I have it hooked up to the Dreamcast kiosks. Just those classic sound effects, the characters, the voices, the music, and everything else. This is so addictive, and this is really cool because it says, prepare for the craziest cab ride of your life. So I'm just excited to add this title to the collection. And then another great game. So this one right here is The Simpsons Hit and Run. So this one is another game that I loved playing back in the day. Save Springfield by car, by foot, by the seat of your pants. Springfield's biggest driving hazards are let loose. Drive yourself crazy in lawless fender benders and chaotic head-on collisions as your favorite Simpsons character. So I love these Simpson games. They had the Simpsons Wrestling. They had another style Crazy Taxi game for this as well. They just had so many great games. I love The Simpsons. I love the cartoon. I used to watch it with family members back in the day, and I loved all of these video games. I just had a blast. So when I saw these games, I knew that whoever gave these games to this thrift store, they had a great collection and great selection of games. And then on to another great title. We have Grand Theft Auto 3, and usually it's pretty difficult to find everything complete, where you have the manual and this really cool poster. So this was fully complete, and of course Rockstar really nailed it with these. They added these really cool posters. So this one has a lot of characters, some images of the game style, and then on this side it has this little map. It says welcome to Liberty City. So it kind of has the map of the game and everything else. So this is really cool to have. And then on to the Sonic Mega Collection Plus. So it says, take a blast into the past with incredible Sonic value. It has Sonic the Hedgehog 2, 3, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic Spinball, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, 7 classic Sonic Genesis games, plus 6 additional Sonic Game Gear titles, unlockable games and secrets, redesigned interface, and extra bonus material. So another classic title right here for the Sega systems, and this definitely probably went along with this Crazy Taxi and the rest of this collection. And then on to these cool little things that I saw. So this is for the PlayStation 2. It says 100% unofficial. So I guess they didn't get any licensing for this. This is not a game. Ultimate codes for use with Grand Theft Auto Vice City. You get your no car damage, infinite ammo, no police AI, maximum cash. So this is pretty much one of these cheat codes that you would just use. It says for use on US console. Even the odds with this powerful collection of codes playable straight from the CD. So this is actually pretty cool. And I've never actually seen anything like this. Usually I saw those different code books that they had back in the day. I, of course, would just go online and print out the cheat codes. I'd have a whole little set of them. And, of course, you just go around and just cause all kinds of havoc and destruction and just keep playing until you got caught. So this was always a pretty fun game. And I'm just shocked that they had this little DVD set right here where you could go ahead and use this for cheat codes. Because I would think you would either just go on the internet and print out stuff back when this came out like I did, or you'd have one of those actual strategy guides for the game. And then I saw another one. This is an iGuide official interactive strategy guide. New DVD strategy guide. Bonus extras include exclusive footage cut from the game. Rock this game with Hitband AFI printable cheat sheets. So this is for Hitman contracts featuring exclusive video tips and bonus content. So this one is still 100% sealed, and I thought this one was pretty cool because I did enjoy the Hitman series. Have not played it on some of the newer systems, but I figured these are great little additions as I knew nothing about them. And then on to these Xbox games. So they had this Tony Hawk's Underground 2 game. I loved this game back in the day. I had so much fun with all of the crazy shenanigans with Tony Hawk, Bam Margera, and every other character in this game. I just had a blast. I would tag buildings, just go around and skate and just learn all these crazy tricks and everything else. So this is actually really cool, and I'm excited to have this one in the collection. And whoever brought these games in, they really had some good taste. And then, oddly enough, I found this Dance Dance Revolution Ultra Mix 2 game. So this one is one that I actually needed for the collection because in this weight loss journey, I went to go try out this Ultra Mix 2. It worked for a little bit, and then the game started skipping, so I couldn't get any gameplay with that. I couldn't get any footage of me actually working out and playing this. This has some of my classic songs on here, like Dream a Dream, just some other really cool, crazy songs. So this says over 65 songs and 100 plus minutes of authentic dance music, including house, techno, drum and bass, R&B, and trance. So I know what I'm looking for, and I was just excited to find a great shape, great copy version of this game. So now I can just swap it out with the one that's bad. And then this Toxic Grind game for the Xbox, and it says it's only on the Xbox. So I know absolutely nothing about this game. The cover art on here, this design, actually looks really cool. Kind of has this like BMX style bike on here. The guy looks like he's doing some tricks. Kind of has this cartoon style and just this really cool graphic. So it says a twisted game show is on the forum and public execution of outlaw BMX riders. Welcome to the show where ratings soar when riders die. So that took a deadly twist. I had no idea it was that violent. So it says avoid deadly hazards, death-defying tricks, grind and trick through 11 levels. Are you the next victim? So this is way different than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like another little Tony Hawk style game or something with BMX bikes and just doing tricks. So I guess this is actually really crazy. I'm curious if it's any fun and if anyone else has played this game, so let me know. Then on to some classics. We have this Halo Combat Evolved. This is the Game of the Year edition, and this is also fully complete. Even has some little extra pamphlets in here on some of the different games for Microsoft. So it says Xbox, it's good to play together. So of course it has some of these classic titles on here. Grabbed by the Ghoulies, Voodoo Vince, Project Gotham Racing 2, XSN Sports, so NFL Fever, Amped, NHL Rivals, Top Spin, NBA Inside Drive, Lynx, Midtown Madness 3, Crimson Skies, Phantasy Star Online. So some of these are really classic games and some of my favorites on the system. So I love the original Xbox. I had a blast playing it, but I often played my PlayStation 2 a lot more. And then some Halo 2. It was right next to this one. So this one is also only on the Xbox. This is a classic game that everyone knows and loves. It even comes with the Strategy Evolved, Halo 2, the official guide Strategy Evolved, and Halo 2 original soundtrack. So this is pretty cool. It probably advertised to get the strategy booklet with this game. I believe I probably had those growing up. And I remember playing this a lot with my brother, so this is really cool. And then some Halo 3 ODST. So this one also came complete with some extra bonus cards and then the campaign and multiplayer modes. This was also another favorite of mine. So I really enjoyed this whole series and I had to pick all of them up because anytime that I find games that are fully complete in really great shape, they might be an upgrade if I even have them. So this was pretty cool. Then this Rainbow Six Vegas. This is a Tom Clancy title. I love pretty much every Tom Clancy game. They're always so much fun. They're just really different and they're just great games. I loved playing them. I started playing them on the original Xbox and this one was actually a good one. I remember playing this one with some friends back in the day. So I had to add one of these in my collection. I think I own this one on the PlayStation 3. And then this Disney Epic Mickey 2, The Power of Two. So I haven't actually played any of these games. I believe I usually see them on the Nintendo Wii, but this one was on the Xbox 360. It was fully complete, and it actually looks pretty interesting. Team up as Mickey and Oswald In a battle to save Wasteland, interact with forgotten Disney characters as never before. So this one, I'm pretty excited to try out. I know nothing about it, but it has to be pretty good. And then on to some Need for Speed Most Wanted. I love this game. I owned it on the PlayStation 3. I did not have it on this Xbox 360. I got this when it first came out. I enjoyed playing it. It was pretty cool with this different spin on things. A connected open world built for epic races and chases. Leave your mark, make trouble for cops and friends. So I really enjoyed this game. I love pretty much all of the Need for Speed games. And this one was pretty neat with a bonus little add-on to it. So this was pretty cool. And then this Rockstar Games presents LA Noire. So this one is another great game. It kind of has this crime feel to it, this little thriller. It says a dark and violent crime thriller, go figure, set against the backdrop of 1940s Los Angeles and utilizing revolutionary new facial animation technology. LA Noire blends the breathtaking action of chases and shootouts with true detective work, including interrogations and clue finding, as newly minted Officer Cole Phelps embarks on a desperate search for truth in a city where everyone has something to hide. So this is a great game. I really recommend playing it. They also have it on the Switch, and I believe that's the one that I played. So this one came with 3 discs in here, and there's disc 1, disc 2, disc 3, and then the manual and everything else. So this is definitely a great game to have in the collection, and another one of my favorites. And then on to some Assassin's Creed 3. So this one, I didn't think I had it in the collection. I have most of these Assassin's Creed games on the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4. I played a lot of these, and this one was also a fun game. I believe I have the collector's edition version of this game with a statue, and it even says GameStop edition, free mission and weapon. And then on to these last 2 games that I found all of this at the thrift store. So this is Dance Central 2. It's a sequel to the #1 best-selling dance game on Connect. And then the Just Dance 4. So I have tons of these dancing games now. I can definitely switch some things up in this little workout series that I'm doing. And if I have some friends over where we can work out together, or just have a good time listening to all of these songs and just dancing and having a blast, like all of the pictures show. So I can go ahead and play these. I figured these would be cheap games and a cheap way to go ahead and add games to the series that I'm doing, where I try and see if video games can actually help me lose weight. So it's working so far. I've lost like 15 pounds in the first 3 weeks. So just keep staying tuned for that. And on to this last little section over here. These were actually picked up on Facebook Marketplace. And especially around this area, you have to be pretty on top of things if you're trying to find these deals. So, like I tell everyone, you literally have to be searching all the time. You have to change some things up. You can't just consistently go at the same time, as you probably won't find all of these deals. People in my area are quick to snatch them up. There are tons of resellers out there that just constantly pick up items and they just resell them for profit. So I actually woke up in the middle of the night, I think it was around midnight or maybe 1 a.m. or something, and I saw that there were a bunch of PlayStation 1 games posted, and they wanted around $35 for them. So I think I was kind of half asleep, and I just responded, hey, when I wake up, I can pick up these games, and I would love them for my collection. So of course the seller quickly responded, okay, you got them. And they went ahead and marked them pending. And I briefly looked at some of the games, but some of the ones that I saw were some of those Crash Bandicoot titles, and I just know that some of these are worth a little bit more than, you know, just a few dollars each game. So of course I messaged the person later in that day, and they said that they're free pretty much all day. So I drive not very far from where I live, and I was able to pick up these games. So of course she was all excited to show off these games. She said that there was a problem though. So one of the Rugrats games that was listed in this lot wasn't in there. So she took some money off. So I think I paid around $30 for everything. And she said she found a loose disc of a game, so she was able to throw that one in. So I was pretty excited because that particular Rugrats game that she had taken out of the lot, I just picked up and added to the collection. So I really didn't need 2 of those games. So I was pretty excited when I saw these. So this one right here is actually Rampage 2 Universal Tour. And it says, they're back. Oh no, your 3 favorite human-munching, badly behaved mutants have been captured. Unfortunately for the humans inhabiting planet Earth, brand new mutants have been sent to rescue George, Lizzie, and Ralph. You'll meet Ruby the lobster, Boris the rhino, and Curtis the rat as they destroy cities in North America, Asia, and Europe. Get ready for destruction, mayhem, alien exterminations, and the best buffet in town, the people of Earth. Hope you're hungry. So this is actually really cool that I saw this game. I definitely did not play this on the PlayStation 1. I've played a lot of the Rampage games on the Nintendo 64 growing up. And then, of course, I went back and played some of them on some of the older computers. And then she said that she actually found this Rampage game. So now I have the first and the second. Unfortunately, this is just a loose disc copy of the game. So I'll just go ahead and put this in here to be protected. But I was still pretty excited because I can't wait to go back. These are some classic games. They're really a lot of fun, and they're just quick games that you can just pick up, fast-paced, and just keep going with them. And then I saw this WWF War Zone Game. So this one was featuring Stone Cold Steve Austin, World Wrestling Federation. So this is back when I remember a lot of the wrestlers. It says the top superstars in the World Wrestling Federation, including Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels, The Undertaker, Kane, Triple H, and many more. Vince McMahon and Jim Ross bring you the action from ringside. And there's even a training mode. So I love these games. I usually played these, like I said, on the Nintendo 64. I used to play at my neighbor's house, played with all of my friends, and I just loved all of these intros and the moves and just running outside of the ring, using all of these different weapons and everything else. It made it actually feel like it was real. So this was so much fun and another classic. Then on to this Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. This is the second edition. More questions, more Regis, more fun. Then on to this Rugrats game. So this was the one that was included, and there was another one that I recently picked up in another video. So this one is Rugrats Studio Tour. I'm not sure that I did play this one. I think I played the other one growing up. Hollywood, here they come. Take off on an amazing movie studio tour with Dill and the entire Rugrats gang. So of course it has these classics in here, Reptar. So this one would have been the one, Search for Reptar, that was not included, and I also recently picked up. So this is actually pretty cool. Definitely hits that nostalgia for me, and definitely a game that I remember playing back in the day. Not this one, but the other one. And then this is where I really wanted to pick up the lot. So here we have this Crash Bandicoot Warped. So this is a classic game. It says, oh yeah, he's back and he's ready. It's a whole new time-traveling adventure. So this is such a classic. You have to have these Crash Bandicoot games, these Spyro the Dragon games. These are just classics on the PlayStation, and I loved playing these with all of my friends. Had a blast. And then this Crash Bash. So this one says, bring it on, baby. Crash and his friends are back in a knockdown, drag-out arena rumble. That's right, get ready to ride, race, jump, throw, and battle it out to the finish. Blow stuff up, toss TNT, duke it out in a jungle. It's just a good old-fashioned Bandicoot brawl. So this one is definitely great with friends. This is a game I remember playing. It's really fast-paced. It's just so much fun with all of these little mini tournaments, more than 30 competitive events, and tons of rides. So this is definitely one of my favorites right here, and probably one where when I saw this lot, I knew I had to pick it up. And then it says, it's back, Pong, the next level. So, of course, this takes a different twist on that old classic Atari game, Pong, and it just adds some different interactive fields and everything else. I actually did play this game a little bit, and I enjoyed it. It wasn't the best, but of course, it's definitely nostalgic and classic for a lot of people who actually remember Pong. And then he's back Frogger. So this right here is your classic spin on Frogger. This is one of those arcade style games, and it has this interactive environment, just has this 3D effect to it. The classic arcade game makes the leap to 3D, dozens of challenging new levels, 9 unique new worlds, up to 4 players, a multiplayer split screen, 3D graphics, and cool musical scores. And then even Frogger 2 was included, but it's just missing the little front manual. So this is another one added to the collection. So overall, I was pretty thrilled with all of this. And then I even asked the lady if she had any other games for sale. Of course, she said that she had some games in her car, she just didn't list them yet. And when she pulled these GameCube games out, I thought I might get lucky. So I just didn't know how much she was going to price everything for, as they were just right there in her car, and I thought maybe she was getting ready to list them for a good amount of money. So when I saw this stack of 4 games, I just asked how much, wasn't really too sure what she even had, and she said, well, they're pretty old games, so I guess just $5 each. So I wasn't going to argue, as everything looked like it was in pretty good shape. So we have the Zapper game, One Wicked Cricket. So I don't really know too much about this Zapper character. Just looks like one of those other mascots around this time. Available rugged, individualist, outdoorsy type, cynical, physically fit with springy reflexes into avoiding trouble and self-defense using electrified antennae. Yellow, looking for adventure with right person. This is One Wicked Cricket. So it says find and destroy eggs before they hatch, evade bizarre enemies and deadly hazards, zap enemies and objects to clear levels. So it looks like a pretty cool action style game. So I can't wait to try it out, and it came complete with the manual. The game just looked pretty good as well. And then on to the Spyro game. So of course this is another classic. She said that she loved playing Spyro on the PlayStation 1, so she was not selling that game, but had this one to sell. This is The Legend of Spyro, A New Beginning. So I don't believe I actually played this particular one. I know I played them all on the PlayStation 1, but I don't think I played this on the GameCube. So this one actually looks pretty fun. Definitely has that throwback style to it. Has this pretty awesome Spyro design on here. Unleash the true dragon within you. When Spyro, a young dragon, leaves his home in search for the truth about his past, he finds a shocking discovery. The fate of the world rests on his wings. In a race against time, Spyro must realize his destiny and unlock the explosive powers that lie within it if he is to put an end to the mysterious black dragon, Cinder. So this will be a lot of fun to play. And then we have this tie game, the Tasmanian Tiger. So this says Go Wild Down Under. This looks like another adventure style game with this crazy looking character, this mascot. This again is a game that I don't believe I actually played. It probably has similar feels to these other characters. It says, good day, mate. Go deep into the wilds of an unexplored Australian outback as Ty, the Tasmanian tiger, to free your fellow tigers from captivity in the otherworldly realm of the Dreamtime. Standing in your way is one cranky, flightless bird, an all-around evil genius, Boss Cass. But no worries, you've got an arsenal of high-flying boomerangs and a fierce set of chompers to take out his nasty minions. So take a trip down under and get ready for an amazing Australian adventure. So this probably is pretty creative, and with the looks of all these different characters, 15 levels, dangerous Australian wilderness, wield 13 different high-tech boomerangs, including the Frosty Rang, Flame Rang, and powerful Doomerang, interact with the cast of over 50 different Australian mates and unruly foes. So this actually looks pretty entertaining. And then this game right here. So this is probably the best score in the whole deal. So like I said, with the GameCube games just jumping up in price, the second I saw Super Mario Sunshine, I knew that this was going to be great. So this is fully complete. It has the manual. It has all of these extra little pamphlets in here. So this manual's in good shape. Has this need to clean up a mess. Let the special cleansing action of Nintendo Power help you clean up even the biggest mess. So it tells you to subscribe. And it has all of these different advertisements. You can get a t-shirt and the strategy guide. Animal Crossing, little card in here. And then this precautions booklet. So this is fully complete. This game sells for quite a bit. It definitely jumped up above $60, $70, $80. And this is in very great shape. To get it for just $5 definitely was the deal of the day. And it's a game that is just a classic. Can't wait until they release some more of these games, and this is just really great. I'm just so thrilled with everything I picked up. This was definitely a win in my book. So this week, I definitely got lucky when it came to picking up video games for some amazing deals. The majority of these items were scored at my local thrift store, especially these consoles right here and this big selection of these games. I just couldn't believe that all of these were on the shelves, as I usually just see sports titles there. Every now and then there'll be some sort of compilation style game. But this looks like they just put out someone's collection of PlayStation 2 and Xbox games. So I just couldn't believe it. I was just beyond excited to find some of these classics like the Simpsons Hit and Run, Crazy Taxi, Tony Hawk Underground 2. Just some of these are just so fun. They're great games. They bring back that nostalgia feeling for me. I played them back in the day with a lot of my friends, and I just had so much fun. I dumped so many hours into these games. And now I'm just really excited to try them out, just relive those moments again. And then on to this little pickup right here. I just couldn't believe that I found these PlayStation 1 games for a great deal. And when I asked her if she had any other games, she showed me Super Mario Sunshine. So I just couldn't believe that I got that game for only $5. So I did not spend more than $5 on any of these games here featured. This was just beyond crazy to me. And I'm just so excited to add these games to the collection. Have some friends over, just have a blast playing, and just really have a great time with these games. So which games do you see here that are must-haves in your collection? Or any of these your go-to games? Do you remember playing a lot of these games growing up? Did you play any of these in the arcades back in the day? So just let me know below in the comments what you think on this video game pickup. Do you think the craziest deal of the day was definitely this GameCube game, Super Mario Sunshine? If so, let me know below. So of course, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go ahead and check out my other videos and stay tuned for more.